Oh my god. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Wait.
Okay.
This is it. 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Welcome
Thank you.
to the basement, to the studio of the beloved Median podcast. Matt, thank you for being on.
Thank you. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for some good conversations.
You're excited?
Yes.
You have some conversations ready?
I have a lot, but I'm gonna let you
guide
the
way.
I need your guidance.
Okay, I have the script right here. So
okay, let's go.
What? So thank you for coming on. It's a
course.
pleasure having you. Let's start off with some really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with a bang. Obviously, we've been talking with each other off camera for a bit. One thing I just want to point out real quick. Hold up. This is my fault. I didn't tell you.
Fine.
So for the mic,
Yeah, I should talk closer.
yeah, it's always like about.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna.
Well, the thing is that it should be fine.
like
Wait,
this.
Let me just adjust that. We're just going through some
Technicals.
technical difficulty. That should be fine.
Okay.
So just speak a bit.
Yeah,
so
we're
I
just
get
gonna be talking normally. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, because I'll restart this.
Okay,
Like
okay.
I'll just take a longer take because I didn't even realize you are.
I've got a long neck or a short neck.
No,
I
you're
don't
just a bit taller. That's chill. There's nothing wrong
know. That's
with
nice.
that.
Thank you.
You're what, 6'2"?
6'3" and a
The
half.
fuck?
I'm 5'11".
Since when have you been 6'3"?
No, I'm not. Since never. There we go. I'm a tall man.
Yeah, so you see like a.
Tall man with skinny legs.
Struggling just a bit. So like this. See what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Okay. That's better.
So how's the frame, Caesar?
The film's good. Oh shit.
It's good.
Am I out of focus? No, I should be good. Imagine the whole time out of focus. So it looks good. Like what? Because we adjusted the mic, it looks fine still.
Is the mic in?
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
So we're at the 3-minute mark. This is my. We're gonna basically take from here. So you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
A little breathe in, breathe out.
I'm ready.
Welcome
Thank
to the basement, to the studio of the Median podcast. Matt,
Yes.
thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go, Wavy.
So obviously we've been talking off camera for a bit. We've
Mhm.
been together for what? 3
Yeah.
hours
Yeah.
now at this point?
A good
Basically
amount of
3
time.
hours.
Yeah.
We've been talking a bit about a couple stuff. So I think we could start off with a bang with a really cool
Big bang.
topic,
Okay,
astronomy.
Oh.
Are you ready for
I'm
this?
very excited. The
So,
Big Bang then.
The
We're
Big
going for
Bang. Hey, I like that. So I'm not an astrophysicist.
Okay, me
I don't
neither.
know much about astronomy, actually. I just love stars and space
Thinking
and
about
Star
it.
Wars
Yeah.
and thinking about
Yeah.
it, dreaming about it.
Yeah.
So as you saw, like I have the,
Yeah, the
black
black hole.
hole as my
Yeah,
screensaver.
that new picture that came out.
Yeah. On my phone. So
Yeah.
like, I just think it's the coolest thing
Yeah.
that they were able to capture an image of the black hole and we were able to basically see that for the first time.
Yeah, the picture, I find it's gotten a lot of attention, and I think everybody has their own reasons. You got some physicists that have their
Yeah.
own reason, but people that are not in the science world, they have their own reasons. So why does it like interest you so much?
I like that.
Because
I
I think I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
my own reason, but I'm curious
So-
what you would think.
So this is, I think it, like I could almost say for certain that when I started playing video games, I played Halo.
Yeah, okay.
And
You're a Halo guy. I was a Call of Duty guy, but it's okay.
so look, like I'll still get you 1v1 on Rust.
okay.
Like, so
I don't know about that, but it's okay.
So don't
We'll
worry.
keep it friendly right now.
So don't worry about that. We are team friendly. So
Okay.
look, so basically, no, I was a Halo guy. I played Halo religiously. And what I loved about the game is that you'd basically visit different planets. You'd basically look up and you'd see a ring, right?
Yeah.
The Halo ring. You'd
Yeah.
see all these beautiful landscapes. So I was
Mesmerized a bit.
mesmerized,
Yeah.
thank you, by this beautiful landscape from a very young age. I love space, I love
And it seems
astronomy.
fake, and it seems
And
fake.
that's the thing. You'd
Yeah.
look up and you'd be like,
Oh, that'd be
whoa.
so cool.
You know, like I'd love to just walk around and see what it looks like. And then obviously as you get older, you realize that there's a world around you. It's not just mom and dad at home.
No.
You look up, you see stars at night, and
Yeah.
you start asking questions like, what is this all about?
Yeah.
And then you hear about ancient stories and tales about how the stars, shape a beautiful image and that they mean something. So I just really loved the story about space and the mystery that is the Big Bang, and that is, the creation of universes and whatnot and galaxies. And I just thought it was so fascinating that out of all the space, humans were basically born on Earth, and we don't know if there's any other, life out there. So long story short, I've always been fascinated. I think Halo for real, really
sparked it.
Yeah. But that's why after watching, for example, Interstellar, and seeing that scene of I think his name was Cooper, approaching that black hole, and at the time it was a rendition. Even though we were getting closer to understanding it and whatnot, we still didn't fully understand what it looked like, or we couldn't fully draw or depict what it looked like. So seeing that, I was like, whoa, that's insane. And that's history right there.
It is.
So I just wanted to remind myself of a very meaningful historic moment. And that's why I love it. Yeah. That's why I love it.
I tend to have the same way of thinking about it, but I really find, like, not just about the black hole, but just when you're looking, like, in your days, you wake up and you don't really think about it too much.
Yeah.
You go brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Then maybe if you're good to yourself, you're going to go have a nice breakfast.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get into your car or take the bus, whatever it is, and you're going to go to whatever you're supposed to be doing that day, whether it's work, school, or whatever it is. And then you spend the entire day there, not really thinking about it. You're just doing the work that you're supposed to be doing because you've been told this is what you have to do, and you need to make money, you need to get good grades, whatever. And you get home, and whatever the routine is there, it's whatever. You eat, I don't know, speak with your family. And then you go back to bed. But all of that, so I'll be in that 90% of the time. Those are how my days are. But then sometimes you'll just look for me anyways, I'll look in the sky. And you get reminded. Me, it's when I look at the moon. When I look at the moon, you realize how small we are, and how everything that you worry about, there's no point.
Yeah,
you're in this incredible on Earth.
Yeah, this
thing that hasn't been. It's been gifted to you. You don't. It's not owed to you. You're not. You didn't do something to deserve this beautiful planet.
Yeah.
You were put here.
Yes.
And you're living on it.
Yes.
And you're worrying about things that don't matter.
Yeah.
Because you're here.
You're on a floating rock.
You're on a floating rock.
Yeah.
And not only that, you're on a floating rock that's rotating around the sun.
Yeah.
And that entire system, the solar system, is rotating around in the Milky Way.
Milky Way, the galaxy, and then the galaxies.
And then you can just go, and you don't even understand I don't even understand what that means. How big is that? So that for me, and that's the same thing with the black hole, it makes you realize really, you're here for hopefully 80 years, maybe less, maybe more. You just gotta enjoy it. You gotta do, I mean, how can you even let yourself have unfortunate days? And that happens to me too. I don't know how, when you have this absolute gift.
Yeah.
And that's what that reminds me.
That's beautifully said. I love that.
It's like,
because it's crazy when you really think about it. Like our worries are so irrelevant because the universe doesn't. Well, look, the universe cares because when you ask, there's that belief. You ask the universe, it gives back. Yeah. But nature's chaotic, so the words could be twisted in some way. I just wanted to find something on YouTube real quick. We could continue talking. It was a documentary on space. Yeah. And it was recently
by who?
Published by Melody Sheep.
Okay, I don't know.
It's called Time Lapse of the Future.
I saw this.
Thank you.
30-minute video?
Yes.
I posted I posted about it on Facebook. I never post on Facebook.
Yeah.
I posted an actual text about it.
No.
One of my friends, Alex Ridel,
yes,
showed it to me. No.
Beautiful poetry.
Yeah.
People,
Was
if,
it- oh.
like, go watch this.
Yeah, I'm absolutely amazing.
It's a time lapse of the future by Melody Sheep. The creators of this video,
put so much effort into it.
like, they deserve an award.
Yeah.
Like
Changes your perspective on life.
like it's like our lives are irrelevant on a scale
Completely.
of like what will happen.
But does that comfort you? Because for me, it comforts me because I'm irrelevant.
yeah,
But that's nice for me. Some
Yeah.
people might find, and it could be a little scary, but don't you do you feel comfortable with that idea,
yeah.
or is it scary?
Yeah,
You're irrelevant. What's the point? Maybe you're gonna take it in a bad way.
Yeah.
So how do you take it?
So there's two ways I'll see it.
Yeah.
Number one, it's kind of I believe it evokes this type of careless behavior where you're like, well, since I'm irrelevant,
Mm.
careless in a positive way,
Yeah.
where you're like, well, let me just take so many risks, let me live my life, let me have fun,
That's the positive.
because
thing, yeah.
I have to take full advantage of what I
This
have.
complete
right?
fluke that we're offered.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And winning a life is winning the lottery.
yeah,
And
more.
it's the chances,
More.
and the thing, the
More.
chances of having a life is actually less likely than winning the lottery. So, and people don't realize that.
No.
It's like you have a life,
You've
you know,
won the lottery
you've already
14
won.
times in a row.
There you go. So that's actually what it is.
I
14
think
times.
when I saw that video
Yeah.
that we're talking about,
Yeah.
I think I literally put it in the calculator to see, and I think I got 14,
14. Wow.
something like that.
So there you go. Right. Like we are put on this floating rock.
Mm.
We are intelligent beings.
Yeah.
And we still don't understand what's going on.
No.
And if you look at the negative aspect of
Yeah.
being irrelevant, I think it's sad. It's sad because our conscious is so hungry for the future
Mm-hmm.
that we
Mhm.
always want to know, like, oh, what's it going to look like? Let me develop, let me grow, let me become this amazing person. And you almost want to become immortal
Yeah.
and continue your legacy. And by and knowing that your life stops,
Yeah.
and then you can't see what's
Yeah.
next. It's like, oh, that sucks. Like that's the negative, the negative side of being irrelevant. It's like, okay, well, I can't be there to see it all, but I know that at a certain point when you're 80,
Mm.
90,
You'll find
100,
peace.
you
Yeah.
get to a point where the people around you have, unfortunately, most likely passed on if
Mhm.
you're one of the last ones
Mhm.
to stay alive. And the unfortunate truth is that at that point, like you just said, you kind of find peace. You
Yeah.
say, okay, well, now it's my time to go.
Yeah.
I've done what I could,
Yeah.
and now's my time to go.
Yeah.
Because I had a discussion about this on another podcast with a friend, and we were talking about, would you want to be immortal or not?
That's
And
very
what's your
You know,
opinion on that?
again, this is a topic I've talked about with Alex Ridel. I
Yeah.
talk about these. It's so funny.
Like existential
yes,
like,
and
questions and all this
and
crazy stuff.
this I really can't give you a definitive answer because
Yeah.
it changes. When I was first asked the question, I said no because, I mean, if we didn't die, we would just not get up. We wouldn't
bed,
have.
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the point? Well, I'm not. I have an infinite amount of time on Earth. What's the point of going to the gym today? I can go to the gym in 25,000 years.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll just sleep. I'll relax.
Mhm.
So, that's the positive of death. It's that
Mhm.
it kind of pushes you to do things with the time that you have now,
Mhm.
and it makes you appreciate the few years that you have on Earth. So that was my initial answer. But then I was thinking, oh my God, would I really want to pass up on all the things that we're gonna learn? Like we know nothing now. So I really can't answer you. I don't know if I would take that opportunity. I really don't know. I don't think I would do it. If I'm the only one doing it, imagine I have to go through all these people
Yeah,
that I love
that you-
and they're
yeah.
dying.
But the perfect scenario would be that everyone lives forever, and then you're like, okay, well, let's all do this together. It's a collective effort. But at that point,
in that case, then
wouldn't we? At that point, I think about that.
yeah.
Maybe this doesn't make any sense, but if people were immortal,
Yeah.
two things would happen.
Okay.
Number one, the first humans to ever roam the earth
Yeah.
would still be alive, right?
Yeah.
So that means
Wait, why? Oh, from the beginning.
from the
Talking
beginning,
about- okay,
because
yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
immortal.
Yes.
So that means
Oh.
the 30-year generation gap
Yeah.
would be
Infinite.
whatever people would please
Mm-hmm.
like it would become a different number, so to speak. So
True,
that means
true.
we probably in the first place wouldn't even be here,
Yeah, it's true.
right? Because there wouldn't be any procreation
No, yeah.
and whatnot.
We maybe, yeah.
Or
Mm.
there'd be massive overpopulation, because at that point people who are meant to die are still here.
Yeah.
So then we wouldn't be 7 billion people on
No.
Earth, we'd be 700 billion
Mm.
people. But the thing is that we can't fit that
No.
many people on Earth. So it's a natural cycle that in my opinion needs to happen. So
What's
being
a natural
immortal,
cycle?
just death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
loss of energy. Just
Yes,
like in the
yes.
documentary, The Time Lapse of the Future,
Yeah.
the sun will eventually die
Yeah.
because there's a loss of
Yeah.
energy and
It
it
can't
ends up
sustain itself.
that it can't sustain. So it's the same thing about life, is everything has an expiration date.
Mhm.
And that's why being immortal, I believe, would become a way of being lazy.
Mm.
Like it would give you an excuse to be more
Yeah,
lazy. Like
yeah.
you wouldn't want to like
It would only work
look out
if
for stuff. It only work if like
right now we
Yeah.
invented something and 5 people used it, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Like for humanity, that wouldn't cause a problem
Yeah.
if only 5 people did it.
Yeah.
But if you have if everybody was able to have access to this thing, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to.
No, you definitely would
Something
have
would
to
happen.
like select a group
Yeah.
of people that could then
Yeah.
sustain their lives
only,
forever.
only
But
perfect people that don't
But then-
play Halo prefer Call of
that's
Duty.
for Call. So the Call of Duty clan are immortal.
Exactly,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll find you in the afterlife.
Okay.
So no, but what's crazy is that how can we define perfection too? Like who would
Yeah.
be the
Chosen.
perfect candidate to do that? Like
Mm.
at that point it's biased. But
Mm.
how about a crazy idea?
Yeah.
How about yes, the body ends up, having a purpose on this earth
Mhm.
in terms of death and what's it called, the process? I can't even remember.
What process?
Like the process of dying, the earth, your body goes back to the earth. It's the decaying
Oh, okay.
of the body,
Yes, yes, yeah, okay.
decomposition
Yeah,
and whatnot.
okay.
That's what I was looking for.
There you go.
So decaying
Yeah.
basically offers energy to
Yeah.
the
plants.
microorganisms,
Yes.
the plants and stuff and whatnot. But
Cycle.
exactly.
Mm.
But what if the energy, which is your conscious, was still alive?
Okay.
Because
Okay. Oh, so
because
because you're talking about afterlife now. When you die, the spirit or whatever.
but afterlife in a sense where it's not a dream state
Mm.
and you're just like floating,
Okay.
but and you're not thinking about it. It's a process of having your conscious float in this existence
Mhm.
and potentially grow and become more like, I guess, become one with the universe,
Yeah.
or then come back here, maybe some type of resurrection,
That's
like
going
reincarnation,
deep
like
now.
really crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
there's so many answers.
Yeah.
Because that's something I've been like looking at a
Thinking.
lot lately, and I was like, wow,
There's
like,
too many possibilities.
there's a lot of possibilities. We'll never know the answer
No.
until like it really happens to us at that point, right? But that's what's crazy. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I believe that's how you say his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, I
properly.
think you got it right.
Benedict Cumberbatch. He visited South African.
South
African. I believe it was a South African, not country, a city,
Okay.
and he was kidnapped.
Ah.
And
Actually?
yeah,
Wait, this is a movie?
no, I
Oh,
promise
this
you,
is
in real
actually
life,
him?
he was
I didn't know
kidnapped.
that. Okay.
You remember that? You remember that, right? Yeah. Yo, Jamie, pull that up. So, but you know how he's so basically
Yeah.
he was kidnapped,
Ah.
and he said post all of this,
Kidnapping, yeah.
post kidnapping,
after, okay.
afterwards, because he ended up, obviously he's still here to this
Mhm.
day, like everything went well, he was saved, I don't remember, released or something. He says that what he discovered in that moment is that you leave this world the same way you entered it, alone. And I was like, whoa.
That's crazy.
So like we work as a community,
But
at the end of the
it's
day,
just you and the earth, or you and the universe.
and it's you and your thoughts, that's the thing.
It's you and
But
you.
the universe is, and this is some, like, people don't like hearing this, but like I really believe that we're
Yeah.
part of the universe, because we're all made of the same
Stuff.
the
Yeah.
same material,
Yeah.
same stardust. Like
yeah.
we really are
Yeah,
part
we
of
are.
the universe.
Yeah.
So that we're connected in some way, whether we like it or not. But what is that connection? Obviously, we all have our beliefs.
Yeah.
I think that our consciousness is definitely more powerful than we think,
Yeah.
and that we're able to sustain consciousness outside of the body. But it is what it is. It's crazy.
It's I don't even know how to think about it, but I last 5 months, because this is kind of comes into religion can come into this conversation, right?
Of course.
And as humans, we've created religion, and
Yeah.
and many people, when you think about it, many people believe. I mean, well, it's got to be the majority of people have a belief system that goes by religion, and I find it so hard because I've been actually going to a program with Caesar, trying to understand more about it, like what is more in Christianity. And I can never, I still haven't been able to feel like that's the way it's gonna happen. I really feel like it's the universe, and when you're done, you're done. I don't know how. I feel like the religion aspect was just a way to make us feel better about death.
Yeah,
Which
it was
makes
like
a lot
an
of
answer
right?
to our fears.
Yeah, because I mean, I think most people are afraid of death, and that's a way to cope with it. Anyways, I don't know.
No, but it's a fact that I don't think, because one thing I keep saying thing.
Yeah.
So let me rewind. So
Yeah.
I truly believe that at the end of the day, whether you believe in one religion or the other, there is a common thread, right? That could be basically pulled out from every religion.
Okay.
And then there's this common truth, this common conclusion that there is, a powerful entity
something
that is overseeing our lives, whether it be, quote unquote, a god, a human figure, a universe, right? It's obviously a debate that I don't think we'll ever have the answer to, but I believe that we all truly really believe in the same thing at its core.
At the end of the day,
right? And that's why it's beautiful that the human connection is or that's why I believe sustaining a human connection is important to our longevity, because obviously there are a lot of wars caused by religious tensions and political tensions, and that's obviously normal because there's always an extreme scenario that could trigger these type of unfortunate events. But I guess in
whatever
our day and age in 2019, like, we got to realize, like, we're all just one big family.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right?
Yeah, we're all here together. Lucky. We're all everybody's way. We're all lucky to be here.
Because someone invented religion.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, and that person had an opinion that was motivated by culture, by their own, society that they were molded into, and it's not that it's biased, but that there's a twist to it because it's relative to that population. Yeah. So obviously, I don't want to speak too much on this in terms of like me not having so much knowledge on precisely everything, but I always want to definitely preach positivity, and I think that's what we're always looking for. But
honestly, something that came to mind, just from that video, just there was one thing, just to like kind of wrap up on this. There was a statistic, and it was saying how, like, let's say the universe, it had basically mapped out how long the universe was gonna last, right?
Yes.
How many trillions of trillions of trillions, like 5 trillions of years, like trillion. And it said that out of the entire life, like the
life,
the length,
span,
of the universe, life that we know it, like plants, insects, humans, bacteria, any life form, only 0.000, and there was like 1% of the lifespan of the universe will life be able to exist. And that, I don't know if you remember that. Remember there was 0.000. It was a huge number. And when I saw that really just,
like, it closed the book, or closed the chapter on
like we're here we're so lucky to be here. And I don't know, it's just that was what the big takeaway for me. It was just that like soon this will never be able to be experienced by anybody.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more intelligent, no dogs, no insects, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's easy for me to say, but like maybe it is too easy for us to say because we're both clothed, we're both eating well,
Yes.
we're both so maybe I shouldn't be speaking for everybody because I don't know how it is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the one thing that's always been there for me was the fact that I'm here
Mm-hmm.
and I've been given this
Yeah.
and that always makes me happy.
Yeah.
Always. No matter what, because no matter what's happening to you, your grandmother passed away, you fail a grade, you didn't get into the program you wanted. You're here.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to get into a billion other programs.
Mhm.
You have friends. You have everything.
Yeah. There's so
Yeah.
much more. There's so much more than a
Just-
grade
Yeah.
or an acceptance
So-
letter or whatever.
And so when you take it, yeah.
Beautifully said. 100%. No, I mean like
Yeah,
it's
it's just-
true. It's good to put things in
Yeah,
perspective.
exactly.
And
Don't forget. Don't get
yeah, and I
stuck
think that's the thing.
in your head.
But I think a lot of times we get stuck with
Yeah.
certain things. Like you've probably had a couple of projects where you felt maybe overwhelmed and stuck, and
Yeah. Yeah,
you know,
so
you-
I wanted to
you
talk
were-
about that actually.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so let's make it happen then. Let's
Yeah,
make it happen.
so,
So
yeah.
let's talk about it.
Yeah, so there was the website
Yeah.
that I started. It was last year, so in the
Yeah.
summer. I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel or have something, you know.
Yeah.
So and I've always been, I've always liked motivational speaking. I've always enjoyed those videos, you
Yeah.
know, that you can find. I don't know what's his name, Arnold Schwarzenegger or
Tony Robbins.
yeah, Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. Say
that guy.
I.
I don't
He's
know.
amazing.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
says
yeah,
it,
yeah,
says,
yeah, yeah.
say I. Anyways, yeah, with
Yeah,
his
so
deep voice.
yes. So I guess that was one of the motives that I wanted to, something that was in my mind. And so I thought of making a motivational website. So there
Yeah.
were 3 components. I'm
Mhm.
going to try to do the elevator pitch. So I'm going to keep this short.
Let's do it. Let's
Okay?
do it.
So there's 3 components. There's videos,
Yeah.
there's blogs,
Mhm.
and there's products.
Mhm.
So the videos is all. It's just you go on the website. You go in the video section. There's a bunch of videos that can pump you up with the Tony Robbins or whatever,
Mhm.
any motivational speaker, anything.
Mhm.
And it's classed by whatever you want. If you want health videos, if you want the gym, if you want school.
Yeah.
Then blogs that I think I was gonna write, but I think I could get guest speakers to write about
course,
anything,
of course.
anybody who's experienced in something that could be motivational. And then a bunch of products. Let's say a jersey that says "Don't give up" or a motivational poster.
A mug or whatever, like any
Exactly,
product.
exactly.
Bless.
So that's the idea. That was the idea. Simple. And I had absolutely no experience in how to make a website.
Okay.
I didn't take any classes to learn how to do anything, so I had nothing. So I'm starting with 0, and I've always wanted to have something to push me. And I'm gonna come to this later, but I think I realized after that one of the biggest motives for me was also the money aspect. I was like, I can make money out of this. And so the first motive, I think, was I want to make some money.
Mhm.
I don't want to work. I don't like working. I don't want to work.
Mhm.
I want to have, I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job, basically.
Yeah,
I wanted,
that
I
type
wanted,
of-
yeah, I
yeah.
wanted to do something on my own. So I was like, okay, the money there, I can sell some products. Fantastic. And the other motive is that, okay, cool. I get to motivate people at the same time, and it's going to be a fun experience. So I spent the entire summer, really, it was 3 months.
Mhm.
After work, I would come home and I would work on it a lot. I would be up till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and then I'd have to go to bed because I have work the next day. But I could have continued. I really had so much passion for it. I would talk about it to everybody, to my family. I would show them everything. And it was looking very good. I really put so much effort into it. But anyways, I was super excited. And then the second I launched it, so again, this is 4 months after working very hard, and I was so proud of myself. It was looking good. I kind of rushed it at the end because I just wanted to get it out. The second, literally, the day it came out, it's like I released. I was like, I'm finished.
Mhm.
It was like, I don't know why. I do know why, but I don't know exactly why. But we'll talk about it more later.
Mhm.
But anyway, so I just kind of let go of all the work, the 30 hours I was putting with work and everything.
A week, yeah.
Yeah.
So the flame died out.
I put it out. People
Yeah.
started buying some stuff.
Mhm.
My aunt, some of my friends, to show some support.
For sure.
And I processed the orders. I did everything, and I knew that I told myself I have to do some marketing. I have to update the products. I have to do this, that. I didn't do anything. And I guess the main thing that I really still like about the fact that I went at this, it's not at all 4 months lost. The advice that I would offer is, I had an idea
Mhm.
and I went for it. And I'm really very, very happy about that, even though I failed completely. You can go on it now. It's probably, by the time this is out, you probably won't be able to, I'll probably take it off.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But what I learned was that I can do it. I
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
All I had to do was maintain it. I didn't maintain it. Why? I think it's because money was the main driving factor. When I launched it, I was expecting to make about $600 or $700 from people buying products.
Yeah.
I made $100.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a shock. I didn't get the support that I thought I wanted.
Yeah.
That I thought I was gonna get.
Yeah.
So
So you overestimated.
I overestimated, but that's why it's difficult with money. You don't want to, it's important to have goals, but it shouldn't be all about money. You gotta really find a passion. You gotta find a passion to whatever it is that you're doing. And if my only passion was to create this website and to show it to people and to make it the best it is, then I think I'd be still doing it. But it's the money part that I guess I got overwhelmed a bit from it, because I'm like, I don't know how to do marketing. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to update this.
So that's the thing. You're focused so much on the money that you put in a lot of genuine hours into creating this website, but you forgot about everything else that had to, be
Yes.
part of that process.
Yes.
So when you posted that website, you launched the website, and then you were just sitting back saying, okay, well, here comes $700.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh, wait, no. Well, to get $700, I actually have to do the marketing. Like you were mentioning all these other things.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
well, that's not the journey I want right
No,
now. That's
exactly.
not the path I'm going to take. So
So
that's great. But like, what lessons, I know we kind of touched on that,
Yeah.
but like, what would be like the main thing you took from it? And now that you like to use with new projects, or just in terms of your work ethic and your mindset?
It's super simple. It's basically just whatever you gotta. Okay, how do I put this? Maybe it's not as simple as I thought.
Yeah, take your time. There's no pressure.
it's really, it's passion. At the end of the day, what I really learned was, you've heard this many times, and we were talking about this before. It's the journey. It's not the result.
The
It's
result,
not.
yeah.
So if you're enjoying the journey, you're gonna continue doing that, whatever it is, right? So there's no deception, because if you're enjoying what you're doing, you're gonna continue doing it no matter what.
No matter what.
And that is what's gonna, I think, make your thing flourish at the end.
yeah.
Because it's not about 4 months of working. It's about nonstop working. Not saying you have to do 60 hours a week. It's just that consistency. If you continue doing that you're consistently learning. You're learning, okay, this year Facebook dropped their ads by this much. Okay, now you're constantly learning, okay, people are doing this now. They're going towards these ads. They're going towards this. They're using, I'm talking about websites, but it can be about anything. When you're constantly learning about the best ways, you will succeed at the end. And
Yeah.
you got to be consistent.
Yeah.
I did maybe too much effort in those 3 months, when I should have maybe dispersed it over a year.
Yeah.
Maybe,
taking more time.
Really think about it,
Yeah.
learn more. There's so much stuff on YouTube. There's so much stuff everywhere now, and it's almost all free. There's some things that you have to pay, but you don't even need to go for that stuff, So if there's one thing I learned, it's you got to be consistent, and if your results aren't showing, you just got to continue. At the end of the day, results they won't always show. You just got to keep working at your craft, and it'll come, and it really will come. And if it doesn't, maybe it's not for you, or maybe you just got to keep working at it.
And that's the thing. I like what you said about, it might not come. Maybe it's not for you.
Mhm.
Like, unfortunately, we don't always like to ask ourselves the
Is it?
tough questions. Like, oh, I want to be a businessman. I
Uh-huh.
want to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that seems cool. So
Yeah.
people are in love with the idea,
Mm.
but they're not in love with the
What it
actual, the actual job itself,
Mm.
the career. So what happens is
That's
that
very
people try to convince themselves,
I want to be a lawyer. It's
yeah,
okay.
I could do it. Like, don't worry about it. But they're not really understanding
it.
that they were never good at reading. They were never good at writing notes. And it's not like they were never good, like they're never capable. It's just that that's not what was natural for them. Like, I truly believe that when people say, like, oh, I'm not good at math, well,
Yeah.
that's because you don't actually put in the time. Like,
Yes,
everyone
yes,
could
yes,
do.
yes.
Obviously, I'm not good at math because I don't put in the time. It's
Mhm.
because I don't have the interest
Interest.
for math as much.
Yeah.
I obviously understand the basics, but when it comes to, algebra, physics, more complex subjects
Yeah.
that don't necessarily that are not required in real life situations, I won't be
Yeah.
too keen on learning. But long story short, for example, if you're good at talking,
Yeah.
why don't you have seminars? Why don't you have keynotes, which I think are generally
Yeah.
the same thing? Podcasts in a certain
Yeah.
sense, right? If you're good at, writing,
Yeah.
have a blog, have a website,
Mhm. And if you like it,
write a book. Well, that's
You're
the
good at
thing.
it, yeah.
But people believe that because of public figures, they have to be on camera all the time and make videos.
Yeah.
But they don't know, and they're trying to push that urge to write because
Yeah.
they're like, well, blogs aren't really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
But
yeah.
nah, like, blogs are so
Yeah.
cool. People are actually like, I go on websites,
You'll read.
on news websites, and I'll read articles, and they're made by Joe and Sam and
Nice names.
Rebecca
Yeah.
and Tiffany. I don't know, like, just like
Yeah.
regular people that truly enjoy the creative process of doing these things.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing is questioning yourself and being like, do I really want to do this? And another thing,
Yeah.
I just want to ask you this
Yeah.
too. You could always go ahead with your point, but you said that maybe if I stuck with the website for a year, I could have had
Yeah.
more success.
Yeah.
But do you truly believe that 3 months, a year, that was the right journey for you?
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
So when you ask yourself the question, like I was talking about just now, like, oh, like, I'm meant for a
Yes,
website.
yes.
3 months, a year.
Yeah.
If I gave you 5 years and time was stopped,
Yeah.
like everyone paused,
Yes.
and I gave you 5 years, would you still have been successful? Like, do you truly believe the website?
No.
What? Okay.
No.
So
And that's something else also I learned.
Yeah. So it shaped your
wasn't-
identity.
It wasn't. Yeah, it made me realize that this is not the type of thing that I want to do. I mean, I really would like to have a life where I help. I actually do something for people or for the earth or whatever it is. Like a teacher will inspire their students. A film director will inspire their
lead
viewers.
a team or
That
inspire
too,
the viewer.
or
yeah.
So, but the two roles I just mentioned, that's very direct.
Mm-hmm.
It's the person with
The audience
yes.
or whatever. Yeah.
The website, it's more indirect, and I realize that that's what I don't like. It is still motivating people. That's its intention,
But
I'm not there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I like that.
I don't. So that's really, I think it made me realize my passion. Sorry, my hand's in the shot. I'm covering you.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
But my passion really, I thought it was that. I thought it was, I want to help people. This is gonna do it. And it would have done it. It would have, if my idea had gone through, and if I still had the mentality that that's what my passion would be, then it would have been successful. But
Yeah.
I realized at the end, after failing, I realized no, this is another reason why it didn't work. It's because I didn't want it enough.
Yeah.
This is not what I was really, really like hungry for.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You gotta be hungry.
Yes.
I've heard that all the time. I'm always hungry. I'm skinny.
Are you ready? Yo, that's so joke. But wait.
It's easier like that one.
So I have a quote,
Yeah.
and I know this is the cheesy stuff. Yeah,
Ah,
I always
it's okay,
have.
it's
We always
okay,
have a
it's
quote. But ready for this? This is by far my favorite quote
Okay, let's go.
right now. I think there's nothing that could beat it.
Is it
You ready?
is it in Coach Carter?
No.
Oh, okay.
His name
Scary.
is Dave Ramsey.
Okay.
I believe he has a podcast, he has a talk show and whatnot.
The guy who cooks.
No, not Gordon. He swears a lot. His quote I wouldn't be able to say his quote. It'd be too explicit. No, this guy, you ready for this?
Yeah.
The quote. There's no substitute for hard work. You have to get up, leave the cave, kill something, drag it home, and eat it.
Mm.
And I'm like, damn. Because that's so primal,
Yeah.
right?
Why are you bringing this up now?
Because it's like you're talking about being hungry.
Yes.
The thing is that people wake
you
up
have to actually
like
to fight for it.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
You really do.
if we lived in caves
Yeah.
and we were dressed in pelt, I don't think your alarm would have a snooze button. You'd want to like get up and just be like, I gotta go hunt right now. I gotta make sure my family gets their
Eats.
food. They gotta eat.
You
So
gotta-
that term that the coining
Yeah.
of like hustle culture and as hungry, I love that because that's so primal
You know-
and it's true.
Caesar brought it up in the other podcast last week.
Yeah, last week, guys. Last week. So on a scale, so it felt like a week ago, but it was more like 2 hours ago.
But
I'm wearing
an hour ago.
I washed my clothes. Don't worry. Yeah.
No, but he had said that he thinks that one of the reasons why he thinks that he's not like really
Ready or whatever.
going
Yeah.
is because it's not a need. It's an option.
Yes.
If he was 20 with his, like he was saying, with $20 in his pocket and he has nothing else, nowhere else to go, he's gonna have to, you need to kind of get that need.
Mhm.
Like you need to, when you wake up in the morning, you need to feel that need. And I don't know how to get that.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I'm 21. I'm not gonna pretend like I know how. But if you're able to feel that need, like it's a need,
Yeah.
then you know that you
Yeah.
found your passion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if you really feel like, and
Yeah.
you might not. I don't know. Like I don't feel it now yet. I kind of do, but I don't. Not the way I'm explaining it, but yeah. Go. Sorry.
How much? Okay, let me find the words for this.
Okay.
Because I want to ask the right question. It's not insulting in any way. I just want to
no,
ask it.
No, be honest.
Be honest.
Yeah.
No, so
I can hate you.
and for people listening, by the way, because I keep forgetting, people who listen to this and can't see.
Oh yeah.
I'm with Matt right now. Caesar's behind us.
Oh yes.
We just had a podcast with Caesar. I'm just doing back to back right now.
Yeah, he's a
So
hard
we're all
worker.
here. We're all here today, and Matt was basically referring to things Caesar said. But no. So my question is,
Yeah.
because I don't want to say blame,
Mm.
but I guess I'll say it just so I get my question out,
Okay.
and then we could reword it.
Okay.
How much blame should we give our parents for that, lack of being hungry? And the reason why I ask this is not to say our parents are bad people.
No.
It's just that because of their generation, right?
Yeah.
Growing up with parents who were very hardworking, genuine people,
Yeah.
and that made them understand like you need to like get a job
Yeah.
and provide for your family type of thing.
Yes.
And then our parents went through all this pressure
Yes.
and okay, well I gotta get the best job possible. And then when they get that job, they get that salary, they want to overprotect the
kids.
cubs, the
Yeah.
kids. And then now they've sheltered us so much, not to the point where, because I know
I get what you're saying.
I'll speak for myself. Like, I'm not gonna, like, unless, people who don't know me, people know, like, I was someone who's like, greedy and like, oh, like, I need to like, oh, come on, mom. Like,
No,
like,
no.
but I think it's okay when your parents provide for you because they work their ass off for that.
That's what they wanted to do.
They're allowed
That's
to
their
give you
goal.
those opportunities. It's just, but the difference is this. Let's say your dad buys you a Porsche.
Yeah.
And then
Or
he,
a car.
and then and then he says, "Oh, I'll take my credit card." And, "Oh yeah, I got my dad." In some ways, of course, yeah, people envy that because like, "Oh my god!" But that kid probably feels bad because he has so much money, and now he feels like shit. Like, "Oh my god, I have it all." Like, oh no.
Yeah.
And the thing is that what I find proves the person's character is what he does with that like material stuff. Because you could give a kid a Porsche, but a kid who takes it to drive loses value in that car. But if that kid kind of knew maybe what to do with it, he'd sell it, take that money, buy a Honda, and then go do something. And but that's just my opinion. I think like there are ways to look at it. Yeah. But so what I'm saying is this: our parents, do you think they've overprotected us, and now we feel like there's not a huge need for like hunger? Okay. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
It's gonna spit some fire. Okay.
Yeah, spit some fire here.
I would. Okay. That's very tough. I wouldn't say blame. That's the wrong word. I think.
That's what I'm saying.
I know it's a hard word.
Like it's not blame. It's like how much can
be attributed
to the fact that we're not so hungry. I mean, and this again is more of a first world problem. Like I don't want to sit here and be like, well, no. Like, look, it's something I don't like to ask. It's something I don't like to admit. We're definitely more sheltered. We're very fortunate lucky, in a sense where like, but not unfortunate. Like, yeah, my parents are this, that. It's just that we live in Canada. We live in a country that is able to give us opportunities. We're able to go to school. That's what I mean by fortunate.
Money wise, like, we're fortunate.
Yes, but also like we could like walk around and meet people. And
we don't have to worry about about food. We don't have to worry about clothes. We don't have to worry.
But that's the thing. It's like, but people don't get those opportunities because they're put in a category, and then there's nothing that, and then they're shoved there, and they're like, okay, well, let them deal with it. But it's like,
so I mean, okay, I know for sure that if I was not given all the help that I gotten from my parents, they pay for my school, they pay for part of my car, I would have a stronger I would think that I would have a stronger mental. It all comes down to the mental aspect. I think I would be stronger mentally, but it's not okay. Let's say there's two lives: the life that I have now,
and then the other map.
Yes. So this life that I'm in now, let's say my mental game is at 5 out of 10, and the life where my parents were struggling. That means I would have to have worked. I'd have to work for my money much more. I'd have to sustain a job while going to school, all that stuff. My mental game would probably be, let's say, at an 8. Let's say, just because I didn't have the 8, now I'm at 5. I can still get to 8.
Yes,
so
of course.
It's not like it's gone. But for sure, I think that the way that what you're given as a child or as a teenager really will
affect
100%. I think so.
Yeah.
But you can either, like you said, there's a type that will abuse of it and their mental game will go to trash.
Yes.
But you can also realize that you can still work on your mental aspect even though you're given all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
But still, I really do think that it's never going to be compared to someone who really had to work like real. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. And I find that there's there's an obvious correlation between one successful person to the other. You always hear a bad story. And I say bad in the nicest way possible.
Like a failure story?
Like a failure story. Like, oh, well, my parents had to work 3 jobs.
Yes.
But the thing, and then, and then I'm like, okay, well, maybe there is a correlation with that.
Builds character.
It really does. And it's unfortunate because the thing is is that being older, we know that person who grew up to be successful, who had that struggles, failure story, whatever, it's because their parents were probably put in a category that didn't allow them to succeed. So no one should really go through that like on a typical day. No. But the thing is that, again, there's always a choice. So I believe that, yes, people are put in categories and, you have your wealthy, middle class, you're poor, you have all these different scenarios. But I think I've also seen success stories. Well, I just said it. You see success stories of people coming out from, projects and this and that, and they make good money or they
succeed.
A great living. They succeed. It's just they made the choice to leave.
Yeah. Yes.
But at that point, I can't speak for them or that specific scenario and say like, oh, like everyone has a choice. Like, oh no, at one point you have to wake up and you have to be like, no, I could. Maybe people are just really stuck, and they just never know.
We will never be able to really.
So I can't relate to that.
Yeah,
but I definitely think that through your motivational desires to help people, like I think that it would be super cool to get involved and essentially inspire more people to like create, not communism, but like like a shared society, but not necessarily
like equal opportunity.
More an opportunity, but at that point, that's just an idea. I don't know what's sustainable at this point.
I don't think that would happen, because that would make, like, why would a rich person want to go down?
But then again, Bill Gates, for example, donates to so many charities. Yes. So I do believe that.
But he's still living like
well.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't think he would. I'm speaking for him. I'm talking about the general. In general, I don't think most well-off people would want to
like spread their wealth to people that, because that's the thing, they believe people don't work hard, they're lazy, and they don't do anything.
It honestly sucks, because they're stuck, right?
Yeah, I think it's just society puts a lot of pressure on those people, because that's the thing, it's a gray area. Like I still feel like sometimes people who have the choice don't want to take it, and they want to stay comfortable and they want to stay quote unquote lazy and this and that. Like, it's a touchy subject for sure. I don't know so much on it yet. Being younger, we haven't seen necessarily everything in regards to that. So it's a difficult topic for sure.
But you said something interesting.
Yeah.
You said that sometimes they don't want to get out.
Yeah.
So there's one of my favorite quotes by, her name is Marianne Williamson.
Okay.
I think. It's from Coach Carter.
Nice. Yeah.
And it starts with, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. So I never really understood it, because it says that we're more scared of our greatness. I don't get that. But recently I've been, it's been like 2 years that I never got it. But it's really saying that we, like, when someone says, oh, you look great today, or oh, you did, like, oh, you can do well in this exam. You don't think that you can do the best. You don't really think that you look the best. You don't really think that you can strive for the best. But you can.
Yeah.
Because it just takes the work, right? Yeah. So the reason I bring this up is because someone who's stuck, maybe if he really thought that he could get out, that he can be amazing, maybe he would. Maybe what's making him stay down is he doesn't think he can, or he doesn't. It's not even like a possible notion. So that's what I would hope to be able to, for those people to learn, is that they can do it, and it's their choice. They're choosing not to go for it. But again, some people, they cannot. Maybe they don't have, again, the choice, because they have to pay for this. They have their kids. Yeah. So in that case, again, like you said, it's a gray area.
But I think it starts with education, though.
Yeah.
Because, like you just said, like they have kids, they have this. Like, I'm never going to disagree with someone who wants to start a family.
Yeah.
But sometimes what happens is that social pressure will give, someone the impression that, a family needs to start at a certain age. So then someone will then have, a family at 25.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, they get hit with these bills, and
then you're stuck.
And then you just feel stuck. And, so again, these are things that we will eventually go through. Because we're still, 21, we're not sure of what life has in store for us. We don't know. We're just babies compared to like what's out there, in a sense, like, or what we know. So it's gonna be interesting for sure. But I think it's always. But I wonder how much of you remember we were talking about. Oh no, that was on the other podcast.
Yeah,
but last week. So last week when Caesar came on, Basically, we were talking about like journaling and stuff, like how you could journal
Yes.
and read your progress.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of what we're saying now will change in the next 5-10 years. For example,
10
like,
years.
but what I'm saying is, you know how now we're all happy-go-lucky because we're still young, we believe in change and future and this and that, but how much of that changes in where we're 25, we're 30, and then we realize like the future's actually like darker than we thought, and people are, you know, more difficult or less susceptible to change than we thought, and all this. We want to change the world.
It's not. Yeah. It's
Like,
not, yeah.
propaganda is not
I
really a thing, and it doesn't work. Like, oh, like what do we do then? But I think it's important in 2019 as kids to just really try and
Learn.
push that
Yeah.
that agenda.
You're just learning.
of-
You're just learning.
But
What
that's
we're-
it.
What we're talking about now, it's what I believe. It's what you believe, but
It always
no
changes.
one's. Yeah, it's always changes. There's nothing wrong with being wrong,
No.
and I know for sure if I listen to this in 10 years, I'm gonna laugh at myself.
Yeah, you'll probably
For sure.
Wow.
What the heck, this guy? What's he saying?
Who's this guy? Who is this guy?
But I was gonna say something really good. I forget. But
Can't
yeah,
think about it.
nah.
Oh,
But yeah,
yo, we're doing good time, huh?
yeah.
Yeah,
How much time has it been?
we're at 57.
Wow, I can continue.
57.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, look, we started at the third minute,
Yeah. Okay.
so we maybe have another 2 minutes.
Okay.
Did you have any other point you wanted to?
What did you just bring up right now?
What did I just bring up?
You just asked about what would happen in 10 years if we
Yeah,
look
like
at
in
this.
10 years. Like,
Yeah, actually, one thing I wanted to say about that, and this is what I just remembered. Completely off of topic, but you know, we talk about 5-10 years. I know this is gonna sound dark. I don't know if I should. When I bring it up at home, they always kind of attack me.
Uh-oh.
But
I'm ready.
like, one of the reasons I think that death is so hard is because we don't think it's ever gonna happen to us. You're just talking about in 5-10 years when you watch this video, you might not be here in 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Like, you might not be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think there's anything we can do about this because we will always talk about the future like it's there. But if there's a way that we can,
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
if we can figure out a way to realize that the future is a gift, then you would really like. Then I think that you could really you'll always be happy because every single future moment will be like a gift. You wake up in the morning, you really feel, yes, I'm alive, man. I'm alive.
I'm alive.
I'm looking at my legs.
Yo.
I have 2 legs. I'm in a bed that's on the 2nd floor. That's actually even irrelevant. Just waking up. You're alive. You've been given this opportunity to live. And yeah, fine. Some people say, oh, I wish we weren't living in this century. Man, at least you're living.
Yeah.
It's still...
There's always going to be
still...
wars or
Yeah.
this or
Just
that. There's always going to be something
gonna be
that's
negative.
negative.
Always.
It's your perception. It's
Yes.
the way you,
Yeah.
you perceive it and how you could turn into a positive because
100%.
you have to control what you could control.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that
and you have to-
outside external stuff has to stay with them and not with you.
Yeah.
Yo, Matt. Woo!
Hey, no, but really, that's...
No, our worst enemy is bad attitude, man.
100%. 100%.
Wow. People. What's up, people? They're saying hi. What's up?
Oh, there's a camera there.
That's good. So, that being said, I think we could cut this
Oh, no.
episode. Conclude
The
a
thing
beautiful.
fell.
The pelt.
I'm
No,
sorry. Sorry.
it's fake pelt. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
all fake. Don't worry.
Yeah, thanks.
One little thing for you though.
Sorry?
One little question.
Yes.
You know it's coming.
I forget. It was...
Ask
Ask it.
It was a week
for the,
ago.
For the new viewers.
For the new viewers, everyone. So what is a quote that you hold dear to your heart?
So I'm really upset at myself because the quote that I held dear was, I said it.
Yeah, you said it was the
So I'm gonna
Marion
Williamson.
Williamson. But based off of this conversation, what's one thing that just really stands out that you'd like to say?
It's not really a quote.
Okay, let's do it.
Whoops. You heard that?
Yeah, don't worry
It's
about
my
it.
stomach.
I'll don't worry.
I'm
I don't
deprived of
edit.
food.
I'm deprived from food. Oh.
I really
Go
think...
get the man some food. Jamie, pull it up.
Okay. He's not moving.
I know.
No, I really think.
He's giggling. He's giggling.
No, I don't know how to formulate this. I'm just trying to figure out how to say this correctly. I'm repeating myself, but still, I really think that the main thing, and this is really honestly what keeps me. This is what keeps me going. It's the fact that we're given this incredible opportunity, and it's in your hands to do.
What you're meant to do?
What? No, not what you're meant to do.
Oh.
I don't think it's what you're meant to do. It's really what you want to do. If you want to be an investment banker, and if that's what you want, just go for it. If people have negative views on it, that's too bad for them. You are, like you said before, you come into this universe alone and you leave alone.
Yeah.
You are you.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out what it is that you want to do with your life. It's no one else's life. It's yours, and you're so lucky to have yours. And if you're listening to this, you actually have the mental ability to understand what I'm saying, and you're smart enough to do whatever the heck it is that you want to do.
Then you could do it.
And you can do it, I think.
Yeah.
Again, we live in Canada. Maybe we are maybe we don't understand that some people can't. But again, I can't speak for those people, for the people that are less fortunate. I hope that again, this is me being too optimistic, and I don't want to insult anybody, but I really hope that if there is someone that's listening that isn't in that state, that isn't like as lucky as we're talking about it, do whatever it is that you can, because if you don't do anything, you'll never know. And you're not really going to feel good about yourself. Like, if you just go for it, even if you fail. When I failed with my website, I'm still honestly so happy about it.
Yeah.
Because it got the support of my friends. They saw... It still inspired people. One of my motives was to inspire people. Mm-hmm. And you're inviting me here to talk about it. I know it inspired you in some way. I know it inspires some of my friends that have started...
their own
anything, whatever it is. And it inspires me to know that. And that was, at the end of the day, that was one of my goals. Even though it's not what I was expecting, I still got it.
So rather than that $700 a month, you got people to start their own
Exactly.
stuff.
And who knows how
valuable.
much, you know what I mean? It's like, it's contagious. So really just, you only have a few years on this earth. Just do whatever the heck it is that you want to do. Try your best. Set yourself up in that way. Set yourself up that way. Think about it now. Think about what you want now, and try to make the decisions today. That's all, really. That's what I think. Again, in 10 years, I'm so curious to see me listening to me. If I think that, oh man, this guy's an idiot. Why is he talking like this? I'm curious to see.
We'll see.
I'm very excited.
We'll have a 10-year anniversary.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that.
Mark the date, 2029.
With the future Philippe Roy director.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
My main man.
Yeah.
Caesar, the screenwriter.
Hopefully.
Camera goes on me.
No, so I'd want you to just come here quickly. Because Matt, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for this.
Caesar, you can come in the camera. We'll say bye.
Get in
to everybody.
closer.
Get in closer. We got to see you on the
On the camera.
Go more to the right. There we go.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Remember, you are a beautiful, bold, adventurous cover girl. Until next time, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.